What's up, YouTube? It's been a long time since I've actually uploaded a React video. I figured I would just upload one for now to fill the time before I upload my new project that I hope to have done soon. I've been delaying it longer than I'd like to admit. Anyways, let's get this started. Damn it. The first presidential debate. It's a dumpster fire, as they said.
We welcome the Republican nominee, President Trump, and the Democratic nominee, Vice President Biden.
How you doing, man? How are you? I'm well.
It's the only time they were civil.
Bernie Sanders.
Not by much.
I beat him a whole hell of a lot. I'm here standing facing you, old buddy.
Pocahontas would have left 2 days early. You would have lost every primary.
All he knows
Can you just call her Elizabeth Warren? Do you have to call her Pocahontas? It's so stupid.
how to
on
do is
Super
hurt.
Tuesday, you got
Look,
very lucky.
here's the deal. I got very lucky. I'm
Yeah, he
very
did.
lucky tonight as well.
Biden
And
got
tonight
lucky.
I'm going to
With
make
what?
sure because
With what?
here's the deal. Here's the deal. The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just
agree.
want to
Hey,
make
Joe,
sure.
you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make
Mr.
sure.
President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that. He has, you picked
Be surprised.
the
Go ahead,
wrong
Joe.
guy, the
Go,
wrong
go,
night at
go.
the wrong time.
Listen, you agreed with
Here's the
Bernie
deal.
Sanders to the
The
manifesto.
whole idea.
Now
Let
you're
him-
disavowing it.
There
Go ahead.
is no manifesto, number
Please
one.
let him speak, Mr.
Number
President.
You
two.
just lost the left.
Number two.
You just lost the left. You agreed with Bernie Sanders on a plan
Folks,
that's absolutely agreed
folks, do you
to,
have any
and under that
idea
plan,
what
you have
this clown's
socialized,
doing?
They call it
Mr.
Medicare.
Do you have any
President.
do?
Socialized medicine.
Mr. President,
Let people know.
I think Trump was trying to point out that Biden had claimed to agree with a plan from Bernie Sanders, and clearly he's not following through with that. Trump is right in that regard, unfortunately.
Senator, I'm not going to answer the question
Why would
because
you answer that
because
question?
the question is
the
question is
Justice,
the
radical
question-
left.
Will you
Who is
shut
your,
up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
This
Who's
is
on your
so
list?
all right, gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
We have
We're
ended.
not going to give a list.
We have ended. this
Biden's
segment.
actually right about
We're
that.
gonna move on.
a lot of people died, and a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
So-
Mr. President,
Did you use the word smart? So you
Fucking
said
Trump.
you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use
How
that
would
word.
you even know that,
Because
Trump?
you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. 47 years you've done nothing.
Let's have this debate.
And if
We'll
you
see
would have
who's-
had, let me just tell you something, Joe.
No,
If you would have had the charge of what I was put through, I had to close the greatest economy in the history of our country. And by the way, now it's being built again.
See,
and
we're
it's
going to
going
get
up
to the
fast.
economy in the next segment, sir.
okay.
Oh, Mr. President,
Go ahead.
I'm asking you a question. Will you tell us how much you paid in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017?
Millions of dollars.
You
No.
paid millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
So
yes.
not 750.
Millions of dollars, and you'll get to see it.
He says he's
No, you
smart
won't.
because he can take advantage of the tax code. And he does take advantage of the tax code. That's why I'm going to eliminate the Trump tax cuts. And
But why didn't
I
you
was
do it
gonna-
over the last 25
Wait,
years?
no,
Because
I
you
wanna-
weren't
why didn't you do it over
because
the
you
last
weren't
25
president
years? No,
screwing
no,
things
no.
up.
You were a senator. And
You're
by
the
way,
worst
you were a
president
vice-
America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on.
let me just tell you, Joe. I've done more in 47 months. I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe.
Will you urge your supporters to stay
They
calm
both did that
during
shit.
this extended period, not to engage in any civil unrest? And will you pledge tonight that you will not declare victory until the election has been independently certified? President Trump, you
I'm
go first.
urging my supporters to go into the polls and watch very carefully, because that's what has to happen. I am urging them to do it. As you know, today there was a big problem. In Philadelphia, they went in to watch. They're called poll watchers, a very safe, very nice thing. They were thrown out. They weren't allowed to watch. You know why? Because bad things happen in Philadelphia, bad things.
What are you
And
talking about, though?
I am urging my people. I hope it's going to be a fair election. If it's a fair
You're urging
election,
them what?
I am 100% on board. But if I see tens of thousands of ballots being manipulated, I can't go along with that. And I'll tell you what,
does that
from
mean,
a common sense,
does that mean you're
I'll tell
going to
you
tell
what
your
it means.
people to take to the
It means you have a fraudulent election. You're
And what are
sending
you
out
gonna do?
80
And
million
what would you
ballots.
do about that?
They're not equipped to. These people aren't equipped to handle it. Number one. Number two,
Okay.
they cheat. They cheat. Hey, they found ballots in a waste paper basket 3 days ago, and they all had the name military ballots. They were military. They all had the name Trump on them.
Vice President
You think
Biden,
that's good?
Vice President Biden, final question for you. Will you urge your supporters to stay calm while the vote is counted, and will you pledge not to declare victory until the election is independently certified?
Yes, and here's the deal. They count the ballots, as you pointed out. Some of these ballots in some states can't even be opened until Election Day. And if there's thousands of ballots, it's going to take time to do it. And by the way, our military, they've been voting by ballots since at the end of the Civil War, in effect. And that's what's going to happen. Why was it not? Why is it for them somehow not fraudulent? It's the same process. It's honest. No one has established at all that there is fraud related to mail-in ballots.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and
Very good
to say
question.
that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
Are you
I'm willing
prepared
to do that,
specifically
but
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see.
Well,
No, you're
then
not.
do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
You want to call them? What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name. Go ahead.
supremacists
Who
and
would
white
you like me to condemn?
White
Proud Boys.
supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem.
His
This
own
is a left-wing.
FBI director
This
said
is a
the threat
left-wing
of
problem.
white
Go ahead, sir.
supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not militia. That's what his
It's an idea.
His
Okay.
FBI director
Gentlemen,
said.
Well,
thank you and good night.
Oh my god, that must have been so stressful.
Thank you.
Oh my god. It's a shit show. This election is just... It's pretty hilarious, because if Bernie Sanders was the nominee like he was going to be, if the DNC didn't interfere, he would have destroyed Trump. Easily. Bernie Sanders is against the status quo. He fights the status quo. He wants to change things. So he's been fighting all his life. Biden, he's been fighting on the wrong side of issues. So he actually doesn't really understand how to fight real opposition like Trump. I don't like Trump. I don't. But I also don't like Biden. I don't want to have to pick between the two. I really wish we had viable third parties. If you look at the elections in other countries, the UK, Canada, really any country that has more than two parties, their government is run a lot better. Because the people who are in office, whether it's senators, president, prime minister, whatever, they know they could easily lose their spot because there's plenty of viable opposition thanks to much more than just two parties. But yeah, this election is a shit show. It's a joke. I mean, both these candidates are terrible. And it's just pathetic. I didn't watch the debate, but I'm glad I saw this highlight video to see how much of a shit show this really was. It was mostly Trump being an ass the whole time, but Biden, he didn't respond that good either, to be honest. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I do plan on finishing that project that's coming soon. It turned out to be a much longer video than I was planning on, which is why it's taking so long. Plus, I've been very distracted because I recently replaced my Nintendo Switch, which I had lost back in December. I've been playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Unfortunately, I didn't have any cloud saves of my games, so I had to start all over in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Once again, I unlocked every fighter in a short amount of time, but having to get through World of Light takes forever. So to celebrate soon, check out my Twitch channel. I'll put a link in the description. I'm going to start a rerun on Twitch of highlights from my past streams of my games on the Switch to celebrate. Anyways, get ready for the new video, though, that's coming here to YouTube. It should be here soon. It's just taking longer than I expected. Plus, I'm not getting as much time as I want on the laptop as I used to. Anyways, I'll try to get it done as quickly as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned.